U.S. election, sparks fly in Clinton-Trump duel. The two U.S. presidential candidates have clashed over jobs, terrorism and race in a feisty TV debate. The attacks turned personal as Republican Donald Trump accused his rival Hillary Clinton of not having the right temperament to be president. Meanwhile, Mrs. Clinton baited Mr. Trump by pointing out that he refuses to release his tax returns. The New York showdown could be the most watched debate in TV history, with up to 100 million viewers. Follow our live updates here hours before the program. Polls suggested the candidates were locked in a dead heat, adding to the tension between the rivals on stage throughout the debate. I have a feeling that by the end of this evening, I'm going to be blamed for everything that's ever happened, Mrs. Clinton quipped when prompted to respond after one of Mr. Trump's attacks. "Why not?" Mr. Trump interrupted. "Yeah, why not?" she answered. "You know, just join the debate by saying more crazy things." Mr. Trump was later thrown on the defensive by moderator Lester Holt for not disclosing his tax returns. He claimed he was under a routine audit and would release the document once the audit was finished. But the hotel developer promised he would release them if his opponent released 33,000 emails that were deleted during an investigation into her private email setup while Secretary of State. Mrs. Clinton wasted no time in responding to Mr. Trump's attacks about her use of a private email server, which has haunted her on the campaign trail, saying there were no excuses for the mistake, and that she takes responsibility for it. But she was also uncomfortable when defending her changing position on the controversial Trans-Pacific Partnership trade deal. Other debate highlights. "You've been fighting ISIS, Islamic State group, your entire adult life." Mr. Trump mocked Mrs. Clinton. He said she did not have the stamina to be president, to which she replied that she visited 112 countries as Secretary of State. African Americans are living in hell in the U.S. due to gun violence. Mr. Trump said Mrs. Clinton said she would introduce criminal justice reform to address police shootings of black men. She was attacked by him for being weak on Islamic State militants and soft on Iran, in a wider assault on his treatment of women. She repeated an assertion that he has called women pigs, slobs and dogs. One key exchange was over Mr. Trump's long-held belief that President Barack Obama was born outside the U.S., a position he finally reversed 2 weeks ago. "He has a long record of engaging in racist behavior," she said, adding that it was a very hurtful lie that annoyed and bothered the first African American president. When asked by Mr. Holt to explain his change in stance, he said he wanted to concentrate on bigger, more important issues. She attacked him for praising Russian President Vladimir Putin and suggesting he find her emails. "I was so shocked when Donald publicly invited Putin to hack into Americans. That is just unacceptable. Donald is unfit to be commander-in-chief." The debate was the first of 3 between the two candidates, and the American voters go to the polls on the 8th of November.